When I'm with you, there's not a moment that's wasted. You take my heart with all its scars. When I get lost and I can't find my way out, there you are with open arms. I believe that you're working everything for my good. Oh, my soul is satisfied in you. There's not a single battle I can lose. You're breaking every chain. Now I can finally say, oh, my soul is satisfied. Oh, my soul is satisfied in you. You took my broken heart and made it new. You're breaking every chain. Now I can finally say, oh, my soul is satisfied. Some keep searching forever, but I know there's nothing better. 'Cause I am blessed beyond measure, even when it's hard to see. Even when it's hard to see. Oh, my soul is satisfied in you. Oh, my soul is satisfied. Oh, my soul is satisfied in you. There's not a single battle I can lose. You're breaking every chain. Now I can finally say, oh, my soul is satisfied. Satisfied, 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 satisfied. Oh, my soul is satisfied.
You read my heart like an open book. You write my story and call it good. I can't imagine a greater truth. Who is like you? You know what I'm thinking before I ask. You're in my future, you're in my past. It's hard to imagine the way you move. Who is like you? You give my eyes the light to see. You give my lips the words to speak. You give my lungs the air to breathe. You are my everything. You give my soul a song to sing. You give my heart a melody. You give it every single beat. You are my everything. Your love is like sand on 1,000 shores. You give and you give, and still there's more. I can't imagine a greater truth. Who is like you? You give my eyes the light to see. You give my lips the words to speak. You give my lungs the air to breathe. You are my everything. You give my soul a song to sing. You give my heart a melody. You give it every single beat. You are my everything. You are my everything. This is too wonderful. It's incomprehensible. Don't have to imagine what I would lose, 'cause I'll never live a day without you. This is too wonderful. It's incomprehensible.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody.
Hello.
How are you, Pastor Brian?
Great. Sick as a dog.
Yeah. Pastor Brian isn't able to be here today, so I thought let's grab Lainey because we've got a lot going on and she has some insight into what's happening. Let's just kind of go over our new website.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you would talk about it and talk about what's going on with some of the redirecting. And
Yes. Okay. So just to clarify, so everyone knows, the actual web address to our new website is fcoviedo.com. So
everybody say it together 3
yeah,
times.
fcoviedo.com. If you put in other things, we have worked our hardest to get any possible link or understanding of that. So if it's like fco.com, like all that stuff, we've tried to get everything set up so that it redirects you to the website. We are still working out those kinks though. So, some of them are working and they're redirecting right away. And there's a couple other ones that we've learned we're having a harder time to get the redirection, I don't know, get it on the same page, right?
Right.
So just so you guys know, if you could keep being patient with us, some of that stuff is just, it takes time to load that kind of thing, the domains and stuff like that. The internet is a crazy place.
Yeah.
With people and just with companies and all that stuff. So we're working out those kinks. We are aware of it though. So just so you guys know, it's not, our heads are not totally buried in the sand.
We are aware of it. And if you haven't been out there yet, remember, fcoviedo.com, but go check it out because I've been on there today and I sent it to the missions guide team and made some edits to it. So now, as an example, if you go to the missions tab, you can see right at the top of the missions tab the events. So if you're like, what's going on with the children's home or what's going on with special needs ministry, and like if there's an event coming up, you'll be able to see it right there. And I am so excited. And if you when you sign up for things, it'll go to the appropriate people, and we're still working on all that, but
we're still figuring out who the appropriate person is.
Yes, who is appropriate in the office? Yes. Nobody.
I was going to say, what appropriate people?
There's nobody. But I'm real excited about it because it's streamlined. I think it's easier to find things.
Yeah.
If you go to like the About Us, we'll have like new stuff on there, like new pictures of us. That'll be coming up.
Yeah.
It's a map of the campus, which is like confusing.
Yes.
But anyway.
Not the map. The actual campus.
The actual campus, not the map.
We've simplified the map a lot to make it not confusing in any way.
Yeah.
So
I love
hopefully everything should be.
I mean, I think
much.
it's if people have something that they think needs to be corrected,
you can always reach out to us. This is something that we just are wanting to invest time in because we want to invest time in our church and we think it's important. We think we have I know we have an amazing church.
Yeah.
I might be biased in that, but I think we have a pretty awesome church. And so websites are just one of the many ways that we can start reaching more people, introducing them to all the amazing things going on at the church. So that's truthfully what it was where my motivation in like revamping and redesigning it was. It's not, we're getting rid of anything, none of that. No. It's just we want everything to be known. We want you guys to know what's going on at our church, and we want people outside of the church too, because it's one thing to be involved and already know what's going on and you just need to find the link to sign up for something. It's a whole nother thing if you have no idea, you've never stepped foot on our campus before.
It's kind of like, this is a weird thing to say, but for people who are old like me, the website has become like when I was younger, the receptionist. So it's like your first point of entry. A lot of, I know there's other social media platforms.
Yeah.
But this one, you can get a really good idea about what we're about. Yeah. Also, there's a new tab on there, which I really like, which is media. So we have our live stream worship on there.
Yeah.
This midweek pastor talk is on there.
Be
Pastor
alive.
Brian's soap.
The soap blogs are on there. Yeah, those are updated every Monday. So they're like a week delayed. So it'll be like updated every Monday morning. I do that myself.
I love that. And I haven't looked at it recently. So the Alive, I had, just a side note, I had an Alive interview this week of a woman who was a former Wiccan involved in the occult, witchcraft. She was a medium. And if you go onto the tab media, you can go down and click on Alive. And then there it is right at the front. Yep. You can also click and then be connected to podcasts, which it also goes to people's favorite podcast platforms. So anyway, thank you.
There's lots of ways, so you don't have to just watch it through YouTube anymore. Not that was, you already had it, but it wasn't really easily accessible, you know.
Well, it's
So
hard
this
to
we're
find.
trying
It's
to-
kind of embedded in our church's YouTube page.
Yeah.
And so now it's easier to find.
Yep.
Which
Yeah.
I love that. So I'm a big fan. Also on missions, you've got the little. You've got the little box that's.
Yeah, there should be a pop-up. When you open up the mission section, there's a little pop-up that should come in the corner if you're on a desktop computer or like a laptop. But then if you're on a mobile device, it kind of fills up your entire screen, and it invites you to join the actual Facebook group that is missions. So, you know, we're going to keep the website updated, but if you want really deep detail, and it's a great way to just get plugged in with other people involved in our church.
Yeah.
Because like I always say, we have 4 services. So our congregation, like, you know, we're all one body, but we're kind of spread out sometimes.
It's kind of like 4 churches
yeah,
in a
sometimes.
way. Yeah.
So, you know, it's just another way for you guys to connect as a congregation, because that's what is important. That's why we do church. So sharing photos, all that stuff that we don't really get to do as much on the church website, because we want to keep it simplified. So there's a little more, you guys can brag about what you're doing and what's going on.
You can see the people and the faces and everything, and the people we're serving. I love that.
And that's where a lot of the different mission leaders are going to post their updates on what's going on. You know, we'll have our events and stuff going on, but that'll be a more in-depth version, so that they can really get what they need, you know, supply list and all that fun stuff.
You can also maybe see people on there that you don't like, and then you decide that you don't want them.
You could check it out beforehand. Join it, check it out, and go, never mind. Unjoin.
Unjoin.
Join, look, and then unjoin.
Yes. So, okay, let's talk about some of the stuff, the programming that we have coming up. We have a Blue Christmas service that we're going to have on Sunday, December the 18th. For those people who maybe this Christmas doesn't seem as joyful, maybe they've lost someone or have gone through a really hard time. And so I'm going to be leading that. I'm working with Charlene, and it's going to be on a Sunday evening, so it shouldn't conflict with anything else.
Yeah.
So that's coming up shortly in a couple weeks.
And that's open to anyone. I know you said like anyone that's kind of experienced loss throughout the year and stuff, but you know, holidays are rough for people, even if they've experienced loss, what feels like a long time ago.
You're right. Yeah.
The wound can still be fresh. So it's open to anyone. If you, like you said, if you just had a hard year, you don't have to have lost somebody or anything like that. It's for anyone. Right. Or come and comfort people. That's the other thing, is it's not just for people that have gone through something difficult. Be there for the people who have. You know, if you had a blessed year,
it's a really
come and be that light for someone.
I hadn't been to a Blue Christmas worship service until I came here, and I remember I came and I sat there and just took it all in. It was really, really beautiful. So anybody can get something out of it.
Yeah.
So Christmas Eve, we have 2 worship services, one at 5 and one at 7. And the 5 o'clock is contemporary. The children are singing. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And
chaotic service.
A bit kind of chaotic and homeschool. I mean, everybody's going to be there for the children. So that's going to be really exciting. And then at 7 p.m., then our more traditional worship service. And Acel is going to lead that one.
That's going to be awesome.
Yes. And if anybody was here last weekend in traditional, I have no comment because he's
Words
so good.
Cannot describe.
Words cannot. Yeah. So he's here, and he's also here for the upcoming Sundays and traditional. But super important note: we are looking for volunteers.
Yes.
So we're looking for people to help with parking. We're looking for ushers. We're looking for greeters.
Yeah.
Really not hard jobs.
Yeah. If you can say hi, Merry Christmas. You can say here.
Yes.
You can do it.
You can do
There's
this.
no requirement.
You really don't even have to speak.
No experience required. Yeah, I mean.
Point.
People already think church is just point. Like, just tell
point
them.
there. Yeah, so it's, but we really, really do. Charlene was saying, as I'm walking over here, don't forget to mention this. So please.
We got some golf carts if you want,
if you like to ride those
channel
around.
your inner NASCAR.
Yes.
You can get some get going.
Don't get too wild on there.
Let's give them a good Christmas.
We can
start charging for the rides.
Oh yeah, we could. It could be like a little Disney around here.
Oh, the parking
Take
trams
them on.
at Disney.
It's a lot
I used to
see.
think that was a ride when I was little. That's total sidebar. This is what happens when you bring the other James in. I'm only half.
ADHD.
I'm only half of his kid. Yeah, that was used to be like, this is it. This was the ride.
Yeah.
Nope. Anyway, golly.
Okay. Well, so there you go. So we need helpers
Yeah.
on Christmas Eve. And also just a reminder that we are having a Christmas Day worship service at 10 a.m. in the historic sanctuary. Yeah. I'll be here leading music. Are you here? I can't remember what you said.
I could.
You're here then. Okay, you're here.
Okay, well, there it is. Confirmed now,
yes,
guys.
So we're both there.
Add that to my calendar.
It'll be a really sweet service. And that's on Christmas Day.
It's the reason for the season.
It is.
Let's have a birthday party.
It's awesome.
Let's make it birthday themed.
Could we do that?
Let's bring hats. Let's make my
Remember
dad wear a hat.
Make your dad. You know,
He'll
he
love
does
it.
whatever
This is what happens when
say.
he gets sick. He's going to come in and say, I thought I had a fever dream. And then I realized,
and then you realize
it was
it's reality.
actually just The Office.
Yeah, we've been talking about him all week and assigning him things that he has no idea that he's assigned.
Yeah, if you're watching this, don't come back.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Didn't know you were here. Don't come back. It's too scary.
It's like, yeah.
Well, you know, and just so everyone knows, one of the things we have been working on, which I don't think totally knows about yet, is, you know, some of you know last year we did a Christmas video. So we can't tell them what it's about.
No.
But we are going to do another staff
epic
Christmas video. And we have a special part for Pastor Brian, which he's not fully aware of yet. And I'm not going to spill the beans on a live stream, but yeah.
It's going to be good.
It's being worked on.
I'm sad I wasn't here last year. It's so weird to think that was a year ago. I know.
I know, and you haven't been here. When did you start?
January 1st was my start date.
Yeah, well, you're definitely in this one.
Oh, Lord.
Also, we are in our third Sunday of Advent.
Oh.
And it's hard to believe, but Pastor Brian is going to be preaching a sermon. He's going to be preaching, Matthew chapter 2, verses 1 to 12. And I said, is it okay if we pick a scripture that most of the time isn't done until later because it's about the wise men? But he's like, yeah, okay. So his sermon title is Don't Get Your Tinsel in a Tangle. So we'll see how he describes that.
And if he blames you again for having a hard time writing it or
every right
something.
to blame me, I know. So yeah, and then we're going to have a crazy Christmas sweater.
Yes.
Which will be the fourth Sunday. 18th.
Yeah.
Let's write that down. We need to make sure that we're not the only ones.
Don't forget, the 18th.
The ugly Christmas sweaters.
I mean, if we are, whatever. I'm still rocking on. I'm going to do it.
Okay, well, I'm writing that down. So that's on the 18th. Also, I want people to not forget about the photos.
I know.
You've got the cards for them to hold up.
Yeah,
and there's one in the main lobby. There's one in the portico. There's one over in the fellowship hall. We have the special guest. that
keeps moving, and Pastor Brian is having a really hard time locating it, just like the rest of his staff. You don't even have to be on staff for Pastor Brian to not know what's going on. He still doesn't know how to handle us.
Poor Pastor Brian.
And it's funny because I keep moving the special guest, so I'm the reason it's all happening.
It's a family issue. You guys can deal with that in family therapy.
Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah.
I know. We never had a pastor to lead family counseling because he was the pastor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Anyone that thinks we have our lives together, just watch this and you'll know.
Oh, man. So that's all. I mean, we finished up last Sunday. I did the sermon. As far as anyone knows, we're a nice, normal family.
Oh, it was so good. I'm not just saying that because you're sitting here. It was absolutely amazing. Anyone that hasn't had a chance to listen to it, go back and watch it on YouTube, or I think YouTube is where we stream now.
Where we put that.
So come back and watch it we're on YouTube right now. Go. Just click over.
Exactly.
Right? You're already going down the wormhole.
Yes.
Yeah.
The whole thing about this series is we're talking about, we're making light of all the Christmas cards that we send, and that's why we're giving these little titles. And, that's why I'm excited about what Pastor Brian is going to be preaching about, because he's talking about the wise men, and it says when they saw the star that they had great joy, and this is the week of joy. But what's really going on with the wise men, and why did it bring them great joy? I can't wait for him to share that. And this about in Matthew chapter 1 was just about Joseph and what he really, like, his character and who he really was. And it's really cool to go back because we've heard these stories. Probably.
Yeah.
I mean,
my
I have
entire
my
life. Yeah.
And like you read the story, but you just kind of skim over it. But when you take a deep dive and you really start meditating on it and thinking about what was really going on, it just like opens up a whole.
Yeah, the nativity scene, even, there wasn't that, it wasn't that clean. It wasn't the hay and the straw wasn't so perfectly spread. The animals, like you said, weren't just sitting quietly. Like, it was chaos.
It was total chaos.
And Christmas has been chaotic since the first of it all, and why we try to shy away from that, I mean, I know why we do, but.
Yeah. Well, it's easier that way. But but when you compare it to our lives, we're kind of a big mess. And so it's like
us or everyone.
And Nikki over there pretending she's all good.
Right? Yeah.
But I mean, we can really connect to that. Mm-hmm. And so that's what we do when we're teaching these, is like try to connect us in modern day culture to what happened back then and how do we relate to it now. So it's a great series.
Don't let the perfection of Jesus make you assume that you have to have it perfect or that he was in a perfect situation. Exactly. That's like even more, I don't know, like amazing to me is it doesn't make the standard, like, I mean, it makes the standard high for us, but it's not, it's like the amazement of how perfect Jesus was. He didn't walk like on a cloud all of his life
with
and
glowing
had no issue.
robes
and
perfection.
Like I always say, poop rainbows. Like that wasn't that perfect life.
He was perfect, but his
situation certainly wasn't.
No, that's exactly right.
Which is what we have to remember.
We always want the perfect situation too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. At the end, I likened it to like a photograph. Like we all send these photographs out with our smiling faces, but we don't have to be those people in the pictures with the smiling faces.
Yeah, we're not greeting card.
Yeah, we're not greeting card people. We can just be our authentic selves. Yeah.
So good.
Anything else that you would like to add or?
No, I mean, that was probably the most chaotic pastor talk ever. We've only done like 2 of these together, and both times I walk away going,
what just happened?
We lost a lot of people. A lot of people are lost right now, man. That's why the caption is, what is going on? Like, that's what everyone's thinking the whole time.
Exactly.
But no, I don't think there's anything to add. I mean, just... we hope to see you soon. I mean, be around. Like, we got so much going on this month. Christmas is a crazy time of year, and what better place to do it than with all your crazy church family, because we certainly are that.
And you know what? Jesus is amazing.
Yes.
And kind of bringing, the goal is to bring Christ back to, like, center in our lives, in our church, and everywhere. And, like, there's the Prestonwood video going around about the drummers flying through the air.
Oh my gosh.
And I saw like a big write-up on it. Like there's been a lot of talk about it and people angry, or like, why are they wasting their money? Listen, it's Prestonwood. They have like 70,000 people in their, it's like multi-campus church. But like, let's not like put the drummers hanging from the rafters. Let's just love God with all our heart, our soul, our mind, our strength. And remember what Jesus has done for us. And if there's drummers hanging out in the ceiling somewhere, okay,
I want to go so crazy and worship that we're just hanging from the rafters. Like we're just up there, man, going crazy.
Yeah. So anyway, well, listen, it's been awesome talking to you guys, and we have dinner tonight. If you're going to be here, we've got programming going on. Yes, Big Ziti. And if not, then we'll see you around, and hopefully we'll see you this weekend. So have a good day.
Bye, guys.
Your kindness changes everything. It's like your grace is on a mission to tear down my religion. You're all I really need. Hallelujah. Oh, this time, how you love me. How you love me. Hallelujah. It blows my mind how you
Could it be I'm finally seeing that you're not who I thought you'd